Chapter 4. The Return. The journey begins. There was no sunrise today as I stared through morning blurred eyes out the window that was the Polish wilderness. A dim, snow-blanketed landscape that was dotted with black. An unlit house that framed for a second my view, then hurtled on by. I stretched for a moment, stifling a yawn. The rest of the night passed peacefully, but the rest of the night has been restless. They both options healed, but I don't know for how much. It's not like I can save and reload. Since it auto-save and I cannot load back to a previous point. So I'm gonna have to choose. I'm gonna say peacefully. I feel like peacefully brings me more health. 2 health. Okay. I'm on the train with Alexander. Whether it was spirit or just having a full night's rest, I'd woken up really ready to take on anything today. Alexander sat next to me, a book in his hand, and a small frown of concentration on his face. Thoughts of the moods passed through my mind. I feel elated once more as I consider our success at the moot last night and the Garu who would stand by our side. I thought absent-mindedly at my mask. Shadow Lords, we had prepared for the border. The glasswalker had long since supplied me with a fake ID and papers. I was confident we could handle anything. Despite nearing the border, I was confident I could handle any situation that may arise. Looking around, I noticed with surprise that the rest of the train car was empty. I suppose not many people were too eager to travel on the border with everything that was going on. Balance Serrano, it was nice not to have to worry about Polish people staring at me for once, especially considering where we were going. Rifling through my pack, I was searching for my own headphones to distract me from my thoughts when I felt the touch of paper against my hand. She had wanted to come with, but between an urgent work deadline and the worm spirit she had been chasing, she had been forced to stay in Warsaw. The work, she had said, could sod off, but if the worm spirit was not dealt with, it could mean more death. Khadija is loyal. I had been disappointed. Okay. But I understood, but had assured I would resolve things and bring Tarek home safely. As I reread through the letter, I felt an intense wave of homesickness. One spoke of his last day in Kabul. He told me about his journey. He spoke about leaving. Okay, I'm gonna feel my rage. He spoke of his last day in Kabul, about connectivity to the internet has been cut off in order to stop people from protesting. Of all his female colleagues has been fired, and when he and others have protested about how they have been beaten and their phone taken. I leaned back in my seat as I closed my eyes and sighed. We had been close to children, but we have drifted apart in recent years. While we had initially been wary of the Garu, seeing them as Iblis, I had thought that he had come around eventually. When he turned 18, he had immediately left to study at Kabul University and remained there ever since. Working as a lawyer, occasionally visited him. We have never returned to the SIPT. He was working as a lawyer, oh yeah. I don't remember that detail, but he had been successful in his field until the Taliban's takeover. One of the Taliban's first moves had been to merge the Afghanistan Independent Bar Association with the Taliban-run Ministry of Justice. Of course. Of course. Effectively, that meant Afghanistan now lacked an independent body to govern lawyers, leading to license being revoked and intimidation and imprisonment of those who did not follow Taliban ways. Tarek had heard that he may be next and had been forced to flee. Yes, I put down the letters with a sigh. My stomach twisted at the thought of meeting him again in person, where I've spoken once since the border, when I had to call them to tell them what had happened. Tarek neutral, perhaps he blamed me. It was hard to tell. Regardless, after that night, we had not spoken to each other. Those are from Tarek, I turned to see Alexander looking at me. The book now closed, shut on his lap. He indicated the letters in my hand. Yes, it's nothing. I changed the subject. Yeah, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice with him. Like he's hostile with me ever since I killed Thomas. I'm gonna say yes. I replied, wondering if he wanted to read them. He remained silent. Of course, he's hostile. He doesn't want to speak to me. I quickly changed the subject. Oh yeah. So, Białystok Forest, have you been there? Alexander looked surprisingly uncomfortable as he responded, once, with Andrzej. Yeah. That still seemed weird. I said at last, can I ask what happened between you two? Hostile, we broke up. That's it. Carefully blank. We broke up, that's pretty much all there is to it. Yeah. We were there in the forest before the event of the logging, though. Did you hear about that? Yeah, the first game. Been all over the news. The government wanted to cut down the forest, but the Garou protested against it, and we were able to stop it, right? Alexander continued. Andrzej has been wanting to go there as his sibling pack, I suppose you could call it, was there. Yeah, he ran the Wolf Father pack while Olga, one of the Garou there, led the Wolf Mother pack. Was the Wolf Mother pack the same as Andrzej? What do you think of Olga? What's your opinion on the set? Yeah, Olga was the Red Talon, right? Let's talk more about the Wolf Mother pack. They have nothing to do with the Wolf Father, and I'm pretty sure the Wolf Mother would be against the cult of Fenris. He immediately shook his head. No, not at all. The Wolf Mother spirit actually speaks to them, I've heard, though I've never met her myself, although he hesitated. Hostile, never mind. He seemed to think better of it. I will let you draw your own conclusion. Seriously? Rage? No, I need that. God, he was annoying sometimes. We lapsed back into silence. Alexander opened his book and resumed reading, but I could not let go of thoughts of the forest so easily. Medicine! It held only bad memories. My only thoughts of the forest were death and blood, and I have tried my best to forget about my time spent there. Yet, here we were, headed straight back into his arms. Turning to look back out the window, I shivered and stared out across the frigid landscape. I felt grateful to be inside the hidden train as we raced towards Michalowo. Yeah. It was a small Polish town. Several refugees had mentioned it. Yeah. Several refugees I had talked to in Warsaw had mentioned stopping there after crossing the border and receiving aid from various locals and organizations. We would meet one of the Garou, Maya or Olga. We want Maya. Irona contacted Maya, who had agreed to meet us in town. The landscape blurred as my thought grew quieter and quieter. I felt my eyelids growing heavy as the rhythmic rumbling of the train gently soothed me to sleep. Are we gonna get trouble again? Because last time the train was crashed by a fucking blight. It was a bane of some sort, but yeah. Well, look who we have here. A cruel, amused voice woke me instantly from my slumber. I shot out to see two standing by the entrance. The door, now battered and crumpled to the side as they weakly shuddered. We had bets on if you two would come, and looks like I just got lucky. Christoph laughed, but his fellow Garou remained silent, their face masked and covered in the dark hood. Christoph has always been an asshole. He was the epitome of a Wolf Father member. Why the hell was he here? Alright, Christoph has been an asshole. He was notorious for trying to hit on every woman in the set, and based on a few of his comments, I suspected he has been listening to a few too many of those nonsense Alpha Bro podcasts. Unfortunately, Andrzej was feeling benevolent and told me to tell you two that if you agree to get off here, he'll let you go. We're not getting off from a moving train? How kind of him. Okay, they're gonna turn... Okay, this is the perfect moment to shove the pendant on his face as soon as he turned. From a moving train? Wisdom 7. I looked at him like he was an idiot. You want us to get off of a moving train? Hey, that's what I told him, but you know how Andrzej is. Wolf grin split his face as he cracked his knuckles. But truthfully, he leaned on the seat in front of him and groaned beneath his bulk. I don't know if I would have let you go anyways. One less refugees is good in my book. His eyes danced with an insane light as he sneered at us. Like that one we met the other day, for example. I had no clue what he was talking about, but that... Rage up! But knowing Christoph, it was something fucked up. You're a monster, or go to hell. Yeah, go to hell! Train fight, Andreas said to Garu to stop you on the journey to the border. His grin dropped, and a furious snarl tugged at the corner of his mouth. I think you'll be the one going there today, sweetheart. Oh yeah, he turned. With a bestial roar, Christoph dropped to all fours. His body began to shake, limbs cracked, and muscle ripped. Until his massive back strained against the ceiling, eyes red with rage, he swung furiously at the side of the train, punching an enormous gash in the wall. Frayed wire and chunks of a shrapnel were struck away with a blast of frigid air that swept through the train car. God damn it, it's part of murder. Yeah. While this was going on, Alexander quickly spoke to me in a low-hearted voice. One of us needs to shapeshift to our Krynos form if we're going to have a chance of beating him. Okay, Alexander's gonna turn into Krynos while I'm gonna shove him with the silver pendant on his face. Okay. Okay, you can do it. Up to you, I responded. Alexander kept an eye on Christoph as he said grimly, I'll handle it. Christoph began stomping towards us, but his way was blocked by the crowded train car. Snorting with rage, began destroying the chair that blocked his way, leaving sad piles of foam and plastic in his wake as he drew near. Shape-shifting into his Krynos form, Alexander launched forward to meet Christoph in a flurry of blows. I ducked as a chair flew over my head. Alexander must have sensed this was not an ideal place for a fight as he darted through the gash to climb up onto the roof. Christoph immediately followed, both of them moving out of sight. Alright, so... Well... That was certainly eventful as the other guard rolled over their mask and removed their hood. I was shook to recognize Noor, an Iraqi woman who was joining the Warsaw Sept around a year ago. Wisdom, don't you know what they're doing? Don't you know what the Wolffather Pack is doing? I asked in disbelief. They're killing people like us. You heard Christoph. Noor scowled. You don't know what you're talking about. Then explain, because right now this doesn't make any fucking sense, I said exasperately. Her eyes gleamed with rage. Oh, of course it doesn't make sense to you, she snarled, but for me it's my only option. My husband is gone, and now I'm the only person left to provide for my children and grandparents. Andrzej intends to take over the Warsaw Sept, and he has connection. He's promised to find me a job if I help him out. Oh my god. Gullible. Gullible. How long have you been with them? Your family wouldn't want this, so you would kill others to save yourself? Just how long have you been with them? I asked in disbelief. Her eyes darted to the right. Well, I'm not actually with them. This is, what do you say, a rite of passage to prove myself. Enough, she said with a sharp tone. She took up her head and shaking off her thoughts. Enough of this. With a ferocious roar, she began to shapeshift. Her body twisted and taking until she stood before me in her Ispo form, shoving aside one of the few remaining. Yeah, this is why I use a silver pendant. I'm not gonna shapeshift here. Boom. I recalled the silver pendant in my pack. As she leapt towards me, I grabbed her silver pendant, threw it at her. Bang! I hit her fur with a sizzling sound as she roared with pain, crumpling into the ground. While she was distracted, I shapeshifted. We're gonna run away. Nah, fuck this. Last time we ran away, but that was a mistake, but I ended up running away anyway. Here would be the proper way. Here we stand and fight. I was Espo, the monstrous wolf form. Again. Half-heartedly. She's swiping at me half-heartedly. Yeah, of course. Darting forward, I bit down upon Noor's shoulder. Yeah, she just took silver damage. I pushed her. Darting forward, she was still weak. I shoved her through the gap and off the train. Peering out, I saw her lying still on the ground. For a second, I thought she was dead, but then she rose to her paw, shaking the snow out of her fur. She made no attempt to follow, but simply stared at me until the train had barreled and passed out of sight. Yeah. Yeah, you took aggravated damage. You're gonna take a nap. I turned to see Alexander leap through the gap before shifting to his helmet form. I shifted back as well. -3 rage, I'm back down to 1. Okay. I noticed savage gashes streaking across his body and asked with concern, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine." He responded, although I noticed his face was pale. "Christoph is dead," he added shortly. "How about the other?" I indicated the gap. I knocked her off, but she's still alive. Looking around, I wonder how exactly we're going to explain the shredded chairs and blood, not to mention the massive hole in the side of the train. Yeah, bailed. I guess it's best that we leave before anyone comes in. We swiftly left the car and walked until we reached the far end of the train, settling in some unoccupied seats, Shadow Lords. Alexander messaged Ilona, who promptly replied to say that we should get one of the glasswalkers to take care of everything. Yeah, please. So basically, yeah, the glasswalker or the mess cleaners. The hackers and the stuff. Aside from some confused and worried-looking attendants rushing by, the rest of our train journey was uneventful. We finally arrived at Bialystok station and quickly hurried off the train. Yeah. We disembarked at Bialystok and went to Michalowo on foot. We skirted around Alexander and I skirted around worried-looking security guard that rushed to and from the destroyed car before heading to the bus station to get a connection to Michalowo. An hour later, we disembarked and began making our way to the town center. Alright, we're in the town. It's gonna be the same bullshit. The protest, bigoted people. Refugee took your job. You're not even taking those jobs. Brown houses, peaceful. Small towns were better. I hated small town life. You know. Shadow Lords, I thought of my Afghanistan sept. I thought nostalgically of my sept in Afghanistan and hoped one day perhaps to lead there. That dream had been stripped away by the war. We headed toward a local restaurant. Yeah. Maya would meet us there. I suggested a coffee shop. To my dismay, it appeared those were few and far between out here. There's a few sky blue poster, heart held in pair. Information English and Polish. Yeah. They were heartening to see. We had just turned the corner of the street and we heard a commotion coming up from ahead. The noise grew louder. We approached a large 10-brick building. Okay. Yeah, the refugees from there. Are we gonna fight then? Balance Tariq, yeah. Tariq is not among the crowd, but I reached a hand up to ensure my mask was still on while I scanned the refugees, letting out a slight of relief as I saw Tariq was not among them. Let them go, blah blah blah. Yeah, they were all children. Yeah, they were criminals, they're here illegally, so we're sending them back. I observed the crowd, the refugees, and the guards. Yeah, the guards are dicks. Okay, let's look at the guards. I scanned the guards to see if any of them look familiar. I kept looking. I had to look away. Okay, I'm gonna take one willpower. I kept looking. Taking a willpower. I did recognize one of them. The guard I'd spoken to on the border those many months ago. He seems preoccupied. I quickly turned away from him, ducking down in the crowd to avoid his notice. Yeah, the crowd began shouting once more for the refugees to be freed. Another guard stepping forward. Look, those people have not applied for refugee status. We're doing our job, sending them back, but it's a war. They're gonna die. We don't care. Blah blah blah. I had to do something. We needed to fight. We need to fight. We need to stop them, I said, gritting my teeth and taking a step forward, but Alexander grabbed my arm. And what, get shot? Get someone in the crowd or one of the refugees shot? Alexander shook his head as I exact. Okay. Low rage, he was right. Low rage, I had to try. I have to try. Alexander looked at me in disbelief. Samira, listen, if you change to any form but lupus, you'll be on the news and I won't allow you to do that. You forestalled my question. Even if you do change to lupus, sure, you might take out one of two of them, but you most definitely will be shot and killed. And then who will you have help? I understand all that, but we still need to help them. Fine, just how about if we let them leave just for now? Then after they have gone, we pursue them and intercept the truck before they reach the border. Okay, let's do this. Alexander, that's brilliant. That way there will be less guards and we can ship without worrying about people you're seeing. There you go. We waited until the truck had gone, watching which way it went. Alexander messaged Maya. As we followed that, Alexander quickly messaged Maya to let her know our plans. As soon as we were outside, we shapeshifted. So am I. I can only do Glabro. Alright, Glabro. That's fine. I was more than human, wolfish, strong, and terrifying. Rushing alongside the road, we soon heard the rumbling of the truck up ahead. Darting alongside it, I could see that there were two guards driving the truck and two in the back. I could take care of the front guards while Alexander took out the ones regarding the refugees. Athletics. I would tear open the driver's door. It was risky, but I hope it would gain control of the truck fast enough to stop them. Using all of my strength, I leapt forward onto the truck side and slammed my claws deep into the metal to dodge League latched on. With the other hand, I wrenched open the door as the guards inside stared at me in horror. I grabbed the driver with my claw, throwing him out of the moving truck and onto the road. The guard next to him scrambled for his gun as the truck began to veer wildly. I took control of the wheel. I attacked the second guard. Ooh, this is critical. What do I do here? Do I attack the second guard before he shoots, or do I take control of the wheel and risking taking damage? I think control of the wheel is more important. I don't want to kill the refugees. I grabbed onto the wheel with one hand as I felt the truck steady. I hear a loud crack. Of course I took damage. Okay, one. Boom. I heard a loud crack as pain lands across my side. The guard was already pulling the trigger to another shot when I furiously slashed down at him, gouging his face and chest. He lumped back against the seat and I brought my focus back to the carrying truck. Shoving a clawed foot against the brake, I finally let the vehicle come to a screeching halt. A few moments later, Alexander raced around from the side with a bark to let me know he had taken care of the back. Seeing my wound, he let out a concerned growl. I shook my head to indicate could wait till later. The refugees filtered out the truck, gave us terror-filled glances before racing into the woods. I hope this time they would find safety. Alexander turned away and headed back to Bill's Gold Forest. Alright, so that was not smart. After we had put some distance between ourselves and the truck, we shifted back to our helmet form. I shifted back, lose all my rage. And back with Maya. So I took damage. It's okay, I got Yarrow. And I still have Gias. So this is where I'm gonna use Hair's Leap and Gias. I wonder when's gonna be the opportunity to do that. She looked almost the same as yeah. Ilona told me about what's going on with your sept and we may have a bit of a problem. What problem? Zero rage. The The thing is, Andrej and his wolf are already here. They arrived last night at our cairn. According to him, though, they're here to save the forest and fight the worm. The Garu believe that he's involved in the cult of Fenris. Maya loyal. Stare, her face grew pale. What did you say? I put on my false short the photos. Maya's loyal, and she hesitated, of course. I don't want this getting out, but the thing is, my grandfather was actually involved with the cult. So you're on Andre's side? What do you mean to them? I didn't know what to say. So what do you think of them? I asked warily. I think they're pretty fucked up, Maya said bluntly, but we can't choose our family. As the time passed, I felt my steps lagging further and further behind as my mind endlessly replayed the event of a fast few days. Warsaw now left a hazy, surreal dream, while here, amidst the suffering of my people, was a true reality. It was as if the events of Michelowo submerged me in frozen waters. I grit my teeth, having my rage up. Grit my teeth. I felt the blazing fire melt away the ice as I gritted my teeth. I had to let it go. The only thing that mattered now was saving Taurik and stopping Andrej. We continued onward through the forest, the shadow lengthening as the afternoon gently slipped onto its evening garb. Yet, try as I might, my mind kept returning to the refugees from earlier. Bal and Serrano, the events replayed in my mind. Could have done better. They played over in my mind. At least the refugees were safe. I have saved them, no matter what else happened. There was that. Perhaps we could have saved them all. Yeah, willpower up. Yeah, that's going to be a boost of morale. As evening emptied the sky of light, the frosted branch above us stood starkly in the final sunset rays. Their hands clasped with their breton to form mosaic walls of snow and wood that stretched up high in the heavens. Pushka is favorable, the wind rustled. The branches rattled, unclasping their hands as a benevolent supplication. I felt healthier. Yay, thank you, forest, for one health. Place of power. I felt the cairn before I even arrived, a buzzing in the air. A place of power that drew me in as much as it repulsed me. Wisdom, I stepped away from it. Pushka neutral, fuck. That was the only thing I could do. I mean, that was the only choice. If glory was an option, I would do it, but I unconsciously stepped away from it as the buzzing grew more fervid, shaking my body till it abruptly ceased. The source of the cairn became apparent as before of us rested a pile of ancient broken stone, surrounded by a circlet of withered old trees. Despite the snowfall, the snow remained untouched, the dark jagged rocks stark against their surrounding. There was a fierceness to it, Arun. There was a raw fierceness to it that appealed to me. I stepped into the snowy clearing. Call for aid. Wolves and Garu in their helmet foam materialized from amidst the shadow of the trees and faced off in half-moon shape. Scanned their faces, picking up the many features. Concern. Took a step forward, her voice rising as she indicated Alexander and I. Many of you already know Samira and Alexander. They have returned here now because they have learned of something that's happening here in the forest. She stepped motioning for us to speak. We told them what we had learned. Olga cautious -1, of course. She's a bitch. She stepped back. Okay, Alexander and I conveyed what we had told the Warsaw Sep. I could tell from the growls that the Sep was equally as shocked as the Warsaw one has been. A woman wearing combat trousers and a fierce expression beneath her dreadlock hair stepped forward. Alexander whispered that it was Olga. Andrej has been visiting here for many years and is a close friend of mine. He has told me he and his wolves are here to destroy the border wall and the guard. How do we know she's not lying? Why would I lie? I mean, asking this video, I want to see the border wall destroyed as much as any of you. But I could tell Olga's words was swayed at least some of the crowd as a mixture of murmur and growl were exchanged. To be honest, Garu stepped aside to confer while Alexander and I were anxiously. At least Maya returned to us with a smile on her face. While there are still some of you who are reluctant, the vast majority on your side. The meeting ended as soon as I exhausted from the day Alexander and I were sleeping arrangement for the night. We slept outside as wolves. Shifted into a lupus form and joined Kim, Danielle, and several of the other wolves huddling together in the warm pile. It felt right. Yeah, minus Arano. and I stared up at the star, my wolfkin keeping me warm. For the first time since Afghanistan, I felt a sense of home. Despite the events of the day, I felt encouraged here among my Garu kin, ready for tomorrow. My eyes closed and I fell into deep, deep slumber. First change. Oh, this is a memory from when we changed for the first time. The way the woman was opening spoke. Tariq instantly told me that we were leaving, telling me that they were insane people by persuading to stay. I knew they were right. We had nowhere else to go. I have seen them as a wolf. I had seen them changing into a wolf. That scared him even more. That would happen to me too. Year passed and then two, and I found myself enjoying this new life. I'm in the valley of the mulberries, fruit trees, and rusting tanks. Electricity! School! Wolves! Let's go with wolves. The longer we stayed, the more the wolves showed themselves. They had frightened me at first. I felt no fear in their presence. I wasn't sure what to think of them. I felt no fear, instantly running up. The first time I've seen one to bury my hands in their fur while they growl affectionately at me. Oh, like a big puppy. Despite that, what the other Garu told me, I remained a human. I began to grow increasingly anxious. What if they were wrong? What if I never turned to Garu? What if they made us leave? Yeah, I know. I mean, told Khadija. They would accept you even if you never turn. That's what they say, because you're Garu. Even on grumpy old times, will come to stay as long as he wants. Yeah. Come to me. So this is where I hear Luna's appeal during the full moon. This is when I almost killed Kazim. I howled at the moon. Oh, that's what I did last time. I almost killed him. If I run towards it. No, if I run towards. No. I howled at the moon. Yeah, the hunt was on. Yeah. You tried to kill me. I couldn't speak. His memory was my mind. No, Khadija stopped me. You were safe. He opened his mouth to respond, but I did not want to hear as it pelted into the forest. Would not hear, but the word drifted to my mind all the same. Okay, complete that chapter. You defeated the Wolf Father Garu. Okay, so everybody kicked their ass, kicked Nor's ass. You raided the truck in Michalowo. Yeah, only 22% did. You saved the refugees. 15% did. Yeah, so there was a chance that I could have hurt them. So even though I took a bullet, that was the right thing. Besides, the forest healed me after that. So chapter 5, Revelations. An unexpected call. Crystallized droplets of ice hung from the snow-laden tree branches of the speckled birch tree. The melting of the late winter now temporarily suspended the frigid temperature of the early morning. The presence of the wolves have revived me. Only one health. Okay, that's fine. Despite the chill, I felt healthier, stronger, revived on the take on the day. Alexander and I planned to meet at the cairn. Olga had agreed to help guide us. Maya had agreed to help guide us. I'm sticking with Maya. Olga can suck a lemon. She seems to have been delayed as we waited for her, the chill winds sweeping across the open clearing. My mind reviewed our plans for the day. The border should be our first stop. We need to find Andrzej and his pact. We both agreed we needed to find Andrzej and his pact first. I felt a slight pang of guilt, but as Alexander had said, it was foolish to go to the border during the day without knowing where Tarek was first. I pulled out my phone to check my messages, my ringtone. There was nothing. Afghan Perjak. Okay, so this is the song Santa Fe by Beirut. I'm gonna go with Awaling Ishkam, because I already did Ariana Sayed. I want an Ishkan, 1 hour no less. A traditional Afghan singer, bittersweet nostalgia filled me at the sound. Glancing down, I saw Khadija's name appear on the screen, quickly swiped the answer to the call. I was instantly cut off as Khadija's voice sounded in my ear. Samira, Tarek just called. When they call me, you don't have your phone. I ran low. Khadija is loyal, probably didn't have your number. He's at the border right now. He just got there yesterday. He said conditions are pretty terrible, apparently with being winter. Yes. She sounded worried. He also mentioned something about crossing the border. My stomach tied to knots. When? He didn't know the exact time. He said not tonight. Tariq neutral. Mentioned you were at the border and he told me you have to call him. I felt anxious but inwardly pleased that he wanted my help. I typed his number to my phone before we exchanged goodbyes. Khadija made me promise to stay safe. I entered Tariq's number, preparing to call. I pressed the call button. Taking a deep breath. Tariq still neutral. A voice man said, hello? Sorry, I'm calling for Tariq. There was a sound of muffled speaking and then Tariq's low voice sounded on the phone. Hello, Khadija. Samira, sound relieved. Mashallah, Samira, how are you? Khadija said you're on the border. What are you doing here? I heard you were here. Respond, relief flowing my heart. I can help you cross. Why didn't you call before? Are you okay? How are your travels? Very quick, Khadija, I'm fine. Samira, don't worry about me. Why are you back at the border? I'm here with some friends for something else, but we can get across. Tariq sounds skeptical. Are you sure things are different from when you were here before? You haven't seen the wall. Trust me, I said firmly. I've seen it. I can help. One way or another, I get you across. Actually, why wait? Let's meet now. I can carry you across. We can go through the marshlands. Tariq interrupted me. Now won't work, Samira. There's something going on here. I can't see too much, but the guards on our side are pushing for us to go across. I'm not sure when, not today, or at least large group is going to attempt a crossing with their help. I'm going to say something I'm putting here as well. I'm worried about these people. There's no way guards on both sides. Can we meet tonight and we can discuss it further? Quickly agreed. We made plans to meet at the fence about 1 kilometer north of the camp. Hung out, feeling a chaotic mix of emotion. Relief, worry, or dread. I'm going to say relief. Glory, 7. We're relieved that he was safe for now. What did he say? He said a bunch of men are going to attempt to cross to the marshland. Looks like there's a bunch of guards gathering on both sides. We are meeting tonight to discuss it more. Alexander swore. We had best focus on Andrzej and his pack for now. Hopefully we can find out what they're playing and put a stop to it. Winter Weasel. A crushing of snow made a stir. Maya entered the clearing. Good, Gaia. I hate mornings, she said, stifling her yawn as she stretched. She joined us, so what's the plan for today? We're going to find Andrzej and his pact. Okay. I explained about my call with Tariq. We're starting over a pinprick of claws dug into my leg. Yeah, it's the Winter Weasel. Hello! Medicine, its teeth were stained red. Oh. Probably from the last aunt. Noticing my stare, its grin widened, then he licked off the blood with a flick of his pink tongue. Welcome, children of Gaia. Maya greeted it. Hello, Winter Weasel. The weasel turned his gaze with a giggle. See, you brought me some guests, little Garu. Glory, the weasel seems unhinged. Wisdom, why are you here? Oh. No, glory is not the way. I sense it was just not here to exchange greetings, so I ask directly, what brings you here? Weasel crawl into my other shoulder, claws sinking into my jacket. No time for games, for formality. It giggled again. Very well, very well. The weasel grabbed onto my ear with its tiny claws, and I shuddered, resisting the urge to toss it from my shoulder. I do not normally get involved in the affairs of the Garu. However, those little wolves have strayed from the path of Gaia, and Pushka Bieloruska does not take so kindly to that. Andres Wolf, the Wolf Father Pack, or where are they? Yeah, we know the little wolves who stray from the path of Gaia. I asked quickly. The claws pinched my ears and tittered. Why, the forest, of course. I thought you knew that, silly wolf. This isn't a laughing matter. Do you think it's funny? Okay, I'm gonna take a willpower. Where in the forest exactly? Control your temper, Samira. Remember, it's a spirit. I took a deep breath, then asked, where in the forest exactly? The winter weasel indicated north of us with its nose. They lay there last night, but where they are now, who knows? Oh my god, I was going to strangle this damn weasel. Perhaps Alexander had noticed, for he quickly intercepted. Thank you for the information, winter weasel. The winter weasel warned you that there are wolves in the forest who are straight from Patagaya. Yeah. Alexander and Olga began discussing that the winter weasel just told us. I felt a familiar fear of panic rising within me as my mind tossed over the new information. Andres and his wolves are here, perhaps even watching us, even now. Two small paws rested upon my hair as the winter weasel gently put his weight upon my head, a faint energy emanating from the spirit. Aura of hope, stronger, healthier, sense of resolve. Okay, so I choose my healing. So -1 Arano, +1 health, or +1 willpower. I'll take the health. Pushka favorable, yay! Listen, young Garu, I have seen Araro afflict many in my time. Its roots run deep, twisting and gnawing at both the wolf and human within, but you must fight against it. The weasel gave a final pat of my hand, then hope of my shoulder. So good luck, it giggled until it ran away, its fur blending into the snow until it disappeared from night. Wisdom, are all the spirits like that? Glory, are they a pack leader? Yeah, they're a pack leader. I said in disbelief. Maya laughed. Yeah, they're a pack leader, yeah. I get it, but trust me, for all their shortcomings, you want someone like the winter weasel on your side. Yes! Glacial winds. Shift-shifted into a lupus form. Okay, we're gonna sneak in. Headed north. Thanks to the winter weasel's help, we now knew the approximating direction as we directed north. The problem now was exactly where we're going to do once we found them. Want to confront them, we need to be cautious. No, let's face them. I don't have my silver pendant, but still. I still have Gias. Want to confront them once and for all, is to stop them before they could harm another living soul. Alexander had made me promise we would survey only. Snowflakes interlaced with my fur, the forest stretching far from either side of us as we ran through a path crafted by Bieloruska Garu of ages past. The rows on the trees on either side of us seems endless, the snow-laden branches creating a mirage effect on the dark wood. Bieloruska forest abruptly gave way to a wide plain, the thin grasses and scraggly leaf, short bush, nearly smothered by the thickly piled snow. Glacial winds. Yeah, the wind shifted because the Pushka is favorable. The forest is on our side. Glacial wind whipped across its surface, unencumbered and free as they doused us in layers of snow. And then the wind shifted, pressing against our back as if urging us forward. The wind carried within a faint scent. I sniffed the air. Blood! Whether it's Arun or medicine doesn't matter. My hackles raised as I recognized the all-too-familiar scent of blood. barked at the other before veering off the path to follow the scent. It grew increasingly more intense, a rough iron smell that unpleasantly clung within my nostrils. We raced through heavy snow drift up a hill, arriving at the top to find a serene winter scene spreading below us. Dark blue water serpentine through the ivory snow, a grey stone bridge arcing gracefully above the flowing river. There, the smell was coming from the bridge. I approached cautiously, my claws digging deep into the tightly packed snow. The source became clear, rage up, as I spied the body of a small bison crushed within the imprints of tire tracks. Lo Arano, I recognized the tracks. It's the same as the border trucks. No doubt this road led straight to the border itself. Turned to the others. Maya spoke in wolf speech. The wolf had disrupted the animal's ear, causing packs to be separated and unable to regain their full strength, which resulted in casualty like this. So yeah, this was part of the debate that the Białoruska sept had. Like, it's because of the border guard that disrupt the fauna. So some people say we need to take care of the animals, and the other says we need to take care of the people. And that created conflict. I left it with her, we should bury it. I said a silent supplication. She growled angrily, then returned back towards the path. I think we should bury it at the very least. Pushka friendly, yay! We should bury it, I growled. Then without waiting for a response, I padded over and began dragging the body up the bridge. Alexander came up beside me. The ground is frozen, the snow is too tightly packed. It was right, unfortunately, but I nevertheless scratched a small divot as gently laid the dead bison before covering it with snow. It would have to do. Yeah, not much we can do in the frozen grounds of February, but yeah. Pack tracks. The scent of wolves grew stronger and stronger until at least we broke into a wide clearing. Shredded fur and paw prints covered the ground, but no wolves. Where the hell were they? I was on alert. It was a wolf pack. I was sure of it. The wolf father pack. Where had they gone? Investigating the area, finding the majority of the paw print were headed in the same direction. Maya surveyed the area. She walks around the perimeter, then recoiled back in surprise. What is it? I growled. She hesitated, sniffing once more, then sitting back on her haunches, a puzzled look crossing her wolf face. It's faint, but something about one of the scents seems familiar. Nothing else stood out. Her fur rippled in a shrug. It may just be Andrei's scents that I remembered. We checked the rest of the area, but nothing else of note appeared. We took off into the forest, following the trail of wolf tracks. The Granica Refugee Detention Center. Yeah, I remember that place. The military base. We chief ship back? Okay. Maya indicated for us to stop. Lose all the rage. Okay, so we chief ship back to our armored farm. Breaking out from the forest, we found an enormous snowy fence. In ground spread before us, a dark, ominous-looking building towering as its center. What the hell is this? Shadow Lords. I asked in astonishment. To my surprise, Maya instantly responded in a grim tone. It's a refugee detention center. I stared at it in horror. They were infamous. It looked more than a prison to me. Why was Andrej there? I mused out loud when suddenly it dawned on me. They're here to attack the refugees, I growled in shock rage. We need to get it now. I began racing along the perimeter, eyes frantically scanning for our way in. There was a single entrance with an enormous iron gate and a bored-looking security guard. The ground themselves were silent and still, the snow untouched. Medicine, shouldn't there be people inside? Even though it was a detention center, surely they let them out. As for that matter, where were the guards? That question was answered when I spotted a portly soldier patrolling the area. We stayed still amidst the cover of the trees until he had passed. Reaching the side of the compound, Maya's eyes suddenly narrowed as she whispered, "Look over there!" Her Following our gaze, I saw wolf tracks in the snow, the deep indents matching one of the other side of the fence. My heart sank. They were already there. The refugees are in danger! +1 Arano. We had to hurry, but I left my panic rising. Felt my panic rising. Maya shot me at a surprised glance, but I quickly shook my head, steadying myself. We need to make a plan to get inside. Alexander whispered. We can pretend to be refugees. We'll go as wolves. We're breaking through the fence. Yeah, we can pretend to be refugees. We can get in, but we need an exit. So if we break through the fence, we have an exit. But it's not subtle. We can go in as wolves. I think we're going to go in as wolves. We go in the same way they did. That way we can sniff out where the other wolves went. Ah, okay. That's good. We made our way on the fence. We entered the detention center. We leapt the fence, landing with paws crunching into the snow. Yeah, they say it's the icon on the top right says that we're Ahmed. Oh, okay. It didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter to put lupus for 2 lines of dialogue. So yeah, we leapt the fence, landing with paws crunching into the snow before starting across the ground towards the detention center. As we drew near, shapeshift back to my helmet phone. Following the trail of wolf print, they led up to a side door. We need to get inside fast before anyone spotted us. I was stepping forward to try the handle, and I kicked the door handle, the metal crumping in. One more powerful kick, and the door smashed open. I was impressed, but Alexander looked a bit annoyed. Perhaps we should try and be a bit more subtle. Maya grinned. Hey, we're in, aren't we? We follow her in, our footsteps echoing softly in the narrow hallway with only the red glow of the exit sign above our head illuminating our way to a single door at the end. We started towards it. When it was abruptly wrenched open to reveal a group of guards standing with their rifle raised. It's them! One of them yelled as the man on front nodded in grim confrontation. Is that alright? Let's go. You're coming with us? Oh yeah, this is where I use Gias. Use my gift of Gias, the ability to command that was granted by the spirit of the Weaver. Urgently invoking it, I felt a spider spirit clamber up onto my shoulder, a tiny multi-bodied creature of wires, gears, and spindly limbs. We are not who you're looking for. As the word left my mouth, I felt a frenetic power in the air emanating from the creature by my side as the guard hesitated. You're not? No, we are refugees. At this, the guard gripped my arm. What are you doing out of the auditorium? Come with me. I motioned the others with my eyes as they silently followed behind. The hallway became increasingly packed with people as we navigated through, at least reaching a set of double doors. We were prompt open to reveal an auditorium. Get inside. No more wandering around. You hear? Quickly nodded as they left. I breathed a sigh of relief. Within every inch of the floor was covered in sleeping bags, blankets, and backpacks. The noise was overwhelming as people from all over the world sat, slept, or chatted amongst themselves. The living conditions were horrendous. The people looked gaunt, guard ranged along the back wall. Like, if you stick at looking at the living conditions, it's gonna raise my Arano. The people look gaunt, I mean, no shit. Look at the guards. Few guards ranged along the back wall looking bored. I was relieved to see that there were no signs of Andrzej and his wolf pack having been there. I'll keep watch at the front door, Maya said. I'm guessing most people here won't want to speak to a Polish-American woman. She retreated back to the corridor while Alexander and I started forward. We should speak with someone. Perhaps they might know something about Andrzej and his pack. Alexander said quietly, a concerned look on his face as he regarded a crowd of people. Splitting up, I approached a woman sitting on her own and greeted her. We spoke of several moments as I half-lied and said I was also a newly arrived refugee. Have you seen this man? Intimidation. Has anyone attacked this place? See if it works. She looked confused. No, why would they? I didn't really have an answer for that. My mind raced with confusion. Why would Andrzej and his pack come this way? I realized the woman was still speaking as she said, I haven't been outside since I got here, she said softly, glancing at the guard. But I do know someone who was just out yesterday. Do you want to speak with her? Sorry, I need to go. No, yes, please. Catching Alexander's eyes, he signaled towards his door, shook my head. Looking exasperated, became his way to his own. The woman returned with her friend. After a few moments of prompting, she began speaking in a quiet, soft voice. Yesterday, I went outside. We had finally been let outside, mashallah. Yet, not a single minute there, I saw wolves. Not a few minutes there, I saw wolves, many wolves alongside the fence. I was frightened, worried they would come inside. But they're just stared at me then left. Did they do anything else? Did you see any enter? She looked shut. Nope, that was all. Suddenly I felt a hand on my arm and turned to see Maya and Alexander. We need to get the hell out of here, or now. Okay, we're done. We took off. Andres and the Wolf Father Pack pretended to enter the detention center in order to lead you into a trap. Darting through the crowds of the people and back out into the hallway. Hurrying up alongside her, asked quickly what's going on. I overheard some guard talking about how they have received a tip-off about some terrorists, and from what they describe, it sounds like you two. Alexander's face clouded with anger, so that's why those tracks led here. It's all been a trap. We were navigating back to the facility when an alarm began blaring through the halls. We instantly picked up the pace until the door we had first entered through at last came within view. Oh yeah. Wrenching it open, we saw the exit sign blazing in the darkness, and a guard beneath it, his rifle raised. Alexander took care of it. I rushed toward Maya to get out. Okay, so who's gonna take the fall? You know what, Alexander. Rushed towards, body slamming into the guard, who smashed into the door and flew open, the guard unconscious body skidding across the snow. Damn, Alexander, remind me not to get on your bad side. He's already at -3. He's already hostile with me. I mean, too late. Before following after him as we sprinted across the ground. Forest light. Leaving the refugee detention center, we raced to the woods. I expect any moment to hear the sound of bullet cracking through the air. What we heard was far, far worse, as piercing howls reverbered to the chill, wintry forest. Yeah, they shifted to the locust form. I'm gonna change into a hippo. I'm expecting a fight. More than a wolf. The Wolf Father Pack, I swore. Alexander snarled in agreement. Picking up the pace, we raced through the woods, the chilled wind whistling in my long, pointed ears. We leapt over fallen logs and darted through thick brush, running until the sound of the howl faded. We had managed to escape them for now. Luna's light brightly illuminated the snow-covered ground of the cairn as we stepped into the clearing. An ominous stillness emanated from the group of Garu who were waiting for us. Maya walked up to them briefly. Everything that has happened to the detention center. Someone set you up? Danielle asked in astonishment. Who? Maya's grandfather was in the cult of Fenris, but she had told them that herself. I knew how insane the cult could be. Suddenly, Olga stepped toward, pointing an accusatory finger at Maya. Who other than the one whose grandfather is in the cult of Fenris? Maya would never do that, but you're the one who is closest to Andrzej. Could it be Maya? No. This is Olga's plan to make her distrust Maya. Alright, this is a good plan, but... No, not a good plan. Not a good plan at all. This is a stupid plan. Shitty plan. Okay, I'm gonna turn it back on her, but you're the one who's closest to Andrzej. Unfriendly Olga, I don't care. A look of understanding dawned on Maya's face, and you knew where we were headed today. Plus, she continued, as much as I hate to say it, Olga, you've been acting weird lately. At this, loud argument broke out amongst the Garu. Eventually, Maya joined us, running a hand through her hair as she sighed. Well, this is a mess, but it was bound to happen sooner or later. Just know that you've got my support still. High overhead, the Milky Way flung itself across the sky, breathtaking display that made me suddenly painfully homesick for the mountain nights back home in Afghanistan. Alexander and I were discussing what we do next when I heard a scampering in the woods. The winter weasel approached, the white fur in the shadow of the trees. To my surprise, they seemed unusually serious as they beckoned me closer and knelt down, and they placed their paws on my knee. The wolves who hunted you, I followed their steps, silently and still. I heard them speak of plans, horrible plans, to hunt and kill tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Their eyes gleamed to the light of fire, but not wolves this time, but humans. Alexander and I exchanged horrified glances. I turned back to the winter weasel that had gone. Alexander sighed, "Damn it, I'll let Ilona know. Hopefully she and the other Warsaw Garu can get down here by tomorrow." We went off to call her. It was time to meet Tarek. Checked my phone, starting as I saw the late hour, and quickly messaged Alexander to explain where I'd gone before heading back through the woods and off towards the border to meet Tarek. Yeah. Silver scar, tendrils of dread boring deeper. The barbed wire was no more, replaced by a metal wall that towered high above the broken ground. The light of Luna strained through the thin gaps in the metal plates, feebly exhaling his dying breath about the untouched snow on the other side. I cautiously approached on a single spiral barbed wire, still remaining at the top, eager to once more claim any that foolishly sought to climb its burden below. Tarek favorable, yes. Amira, relief, mashallah. The guards could come in a second. Rage Zero, tell me what you know. What have you learned? Tomorrow evening, the Belarusian guards are leading the refugee to cross the border. They say there's a place with no wall. The narrow river marshlands. Tomorrow evening, the Belarusian guards will lead a group of refugees to cross the border at the narrow river marshlands. Tarek friendly too. Meet you there. Tarek must be careful. Some people are trying to prevent your crossing. We'll be there to help though, I promise. I understand. Squeeze my hand. So it's the same dialogue, whether it's the guards, the Polish guards, who have been led by the Bane or the werewolves. Back where it began. Here's the Wolf Mother. The spirit from my dream. Follow me. I followed it. The graves of the living. Why are we here? I needed to leave. No. Angrily? No. I turned to wolf. The body, the fate to liquid, dissolves into the earth. I stayed. I'm back at the Umbra. Follow me. Whisper again. I'm gonna follow it. With Balance Arano. Waiting across the clearing as into the trees of the rain abruptly stopped. Too late I realized it was not the same wolf spirit from earlier. This wolf spirit, white green, spread naturally from ear to ear, fang glistening, dripping from blood. Rage Zero out of the way. Landed where I stood, willing to face me as his eyes lit with insane fury. Stand and fight. Like hell I would, turn racing back through the trees. What was that? It did not seem like the spirit from earlier. It shoved through the trees, chests heaving until I'd broken through them, finding myself back at the clearing once more. Rustling noise sounded to my left and whirled towards it, my eyes widening in shock as I broke through the clearing, Kazin by my side. I watched. I replayed the same dream. I was shifting one back to Glabro. This is when I killed I had to help. Rush forward, but I was too slow. Watch out, says the bullet found a new target. It was not your fault, Kazim said gently. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Yes, it was. Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, we blame ourselves for killing Kazim, but there the vision showed us from another angle that it was a random bullet. He was right. You spoke with Tarek, 100%. Investigate the scent of blood, 14%. Investigate the detention center, Maya, 50%. You weren't captured in the detention center, 32%. You supported Maya, 32%. So some people turned it on Maya and followed Olga. This is weird. Well, yeah, I used my power for not being captured, so 66% were captured inside the detention center, so we made a break for it. We got caught into the trap, but they managed to break free. So yeah, this is the final chapter. On the first run, the chapter was quite fast, because on the chapter 5, we did a lot of progress that basically helped. Okay, so here's a full moon. A red sun falls, the day dawned bright and clear, the skies overhead, a brilliant sparkling, a day of fierce pride. No more Arano! Of the Warsaw Sep arrive in full force. Ilona is loyal, I look for Ilona. But one of the werewolves told me she had to stay to manage the cairn. She sent a gift. Willpower up. A small amulet from her. My will strengthening, fortified for the battle to come. We made a preparation. We would head to the Naru marshlands. Okay, but I have no rage. I have full willpower, full health, no Arano. Okay. Khadija is loyal. Khadija called. We would head to the Naru marshland to meet Tarek and protect the refugees crossing, hopefully while evading the detection of Andrzej and the Wolffather pack. Okay, so we're not gonna provoke Andrzej. So yeah, last time we didn't fight the border patrol. We were prioritizing the refugees. But here we can do different. We can actually fight. Alexander is hostile. Yeah, he stands. Khadija called. She was frustrated she could not make it, but nevertheless, speaking with her filled me with a renewed hope and determination. The clear, calm sky of the afternoon suffused to a darkening gray as dusk overtook Białystka forest, a low misty fog rolling on its coattail. Despite the grim covering of leaden clouds, the sun had managed to burn the hole through the coat, the cairn in the defiant firing glow. I could tell Alexander was tense. No wonder, considering who we were facing today. I attempted to speak with him, but he just told me shortly that he was busy, so I let it go. Yeah. Fuck him. The preparation were at last complete, and we only waited upon the Białystka Garu. Maya would lead us today. Yes. Maya is leading the Garu. Join us in the cairn, already in the Lupus form. A large group of Garu accompany her. Yes. They growled at us in greeting. Militia indicated the woods with our lead. They took off, the rest of shifting and following suit. And we're gonna shapeshift into lupus. The burning sun dipped below the horizon in one final searing blaze before being replaced by nightfall as Maya led us to the dense woodlands. Bursting from the tree line, we reached a long winding river. One of the Białowieża wolves growled that it would lead us directly to the marshlands. Racing alongside the water's edge, Luna's light glinted along its dark opaque surface as we neared our destination. Shrouded mists. So there's some lupus and glabro. No, hispos. Those are hispos. The hard-packed forest floor transformed to viridescent moss, and murky peat had grasped at our paws as if attempting to drag us down to its depths. The ice is breaking. Plunging through the trees, we burst onto a wide expanse of algae-covered water interspersed with gnarled trees protruding in tangles from the dark depths, the narrow river marshlands. On either side, the silver of the border wall gleamed in the moonlight, a yawning maw of emptiness spanned in between where the marshland had heedlessly interrupted the wall's path. I sniffed the air, catching the sense of a large group of humans on the other side. We instantly took off, dashing through the waters to cross the Belarusian border. Reaching the shore, we headed straight back into the forest, the scent growing stronger and stronger. We soon spotted a group of refugees heading our way, several green-faced Belarusian guards accompanying them. Tarek stood amongst them, his normally well-maintained beard and hair grown long and shaggy, and a pinched, worried look on his face. I need to get close without the guards noticing. I shifted to my helmet phone. This is risky. Let me check something. Białystok, the largest city in northeastern Poland. Myszowowo, small Polish town on the border. Narew, river in Poland, a tributary to the river Vistula. Oh! So Vistula connect with the Narew, okay. Daniel, local Białowieża tour guide, slender with weather-beaten skin and eyes of yellow-green. He was known as Fargaze of the Red Talon, Galliard of the Morning Wolf Mother Pack. Yes. If I recall, Daniel was originally a wolf, and then he turned into a Garu. It happens. Kim, non-binary activist from Berlin, old with deep wrinkles around a narrow mouth and a grace of tired, heroic preserved rockman. They sported shoulder-length, disheveled head, nails painted bright blue. They were known as Rainbow Rat of the Bone Gnawers, Galliard of the Winter Weasel Pack. And then there's Olka, local Białystok activist, tall with gray dreadlocks. She must have been in her late 40s or early 50s. She kestrel of the Black Furies, Arun, and the leader of the Morning Wolf Mother. Yeah. Black Furies, a tribe that fights to oppose injustice while also seeking justice for those who cannot help themselves. They prefer dismantling and demolishing corruption over useless compromises and will do whatever it takes to make things right, yeah? So yeah, Glory 7, Wisdom 7, Honor 2. I still got Hair's Leap. And I still got Yarrow. So yeah, my clues. Andrzej, the leader of the Morning Wolf Mother. There's Morning Wolf Mother and Morning Wolf Father. Okay. Also the leader in opposition against Ilona. Andrzej believed the refugees coming in being influenced by the worms. Susanna lied about being attacked. Andrzej has a plan to drive the refugee out of Poland. Alexander noticed several of the birds in the scavenger pack were only found in Białowieża forest. I had vision destruction of Białowieża forest. Andrej has a book supporting the cult of Fenris, fanatic group determined to destroy the world no matter the cost. Wolf Father Pack is an armory stockpiled with weapons. A member of the Wolf Father Pack has been searching information on the cult of Fenris. Andrej sent two Garu to stop you on the journey to the border. The Winter Weasel warned you that there were wolves in the forest straight from Panagaea. Yeah, the trap, the crossing, yeah, they're in order, so everything is... yeah, Olga unfriendly, Andrej unfriendly, Victoria neutral, Alexander hostile. It's funny how Alexander hates us more than Andrej. Shifted to my Omid form. I don't like this. Wait here, I hissed to the others before shifting back to my Omid form. Thankfully, in the darkness and chaos, no one noticed another refugee as I sidled up to Tarek. I greeted him. Okay. Tarek, it's me, I said quietly as he started turning to stare at me with wide eyes before a relieved grin broke out of his face. Samira, mashallah, it's good to see you here. It was good to see him too. Felt my arm warm as I responded. So good to see you too. I glanced around, saying in a low voice, we believe your group is in danger. We need to go elsewhere. Tarek instantly shook his head as he responded, I will not be possible to convince them not to cross when we are so close. We broke to the tree line, the marshland spreading wide before us. Whoa! I opened my mouth to angrily retort when the piercing owls burst across the night sky. From out across the water, a pack of wolves emerged from the Poland side, a Hispo with blazing blue eyes at the helm. The Wolf Father Pack has arrived. Yeah. I would help confront Andrej and the Wolf Father Hack. I will... Okay, yeah. This is where I'm gonna do different. The last thing, I protected the refugees, so here we're gonna confront Andrej and the Wolf Father. And Alexander, I and a group of Garu took off, leaving more than enough behind to protect the refugees while we raced back across the marshland. A group of us would fight Andrej, a group of us would fight the Wolf Father Pack. Okay, I'm gonna be fighting Andrej. While the others took on the Wolf Father Pack. Dark sigils. Andrej stored high a Hispo of pure white fur, whose blue eyes shone with a dark, intelligent madness. A cruel grin across his face as he watched me approach. I hauled a furious challenge before breaking into a reckless sprint. This ended tonight. Alexander intercepted me, darted in front of me. Hostile, I headbutted him. Continuing my dash forward. Fury drove as I snapped at Andrej with my fangs. Yet he was too fast and easily dodged out of the way. I would not be stopped, however, and leapt again. Ducking beneath his swing, this time claws met flesh as he let out a pained snarl. He immediately retaliated, -1 health. With a powerful blow that knocked me to the ground, head ringing, I warily retreated a few paces back. Eyes glinting as he instantly danced merrily within. Andrej roared into the night, the thunderous sound booming across the marshland. Andrej's head jerked forward as his limb began to twitch, with a sharp cracking of bones and another ear-splitting roar. Andrej shifting up higher as his body transformed into a monstrous Krynos unlike any I've ever seen. His body rippled with bulging muscle as he flexed black claws, each as long as a wolf paw. A series of aberrant symbols in a sinister infernal black were etched onto his very skin. He had sigils tattooed on his skin. A berserker rune. Berserker rune, a fearsome warrior of the cult of Fenris to destroy all in their path. My rage and hatred narrowed to a finely controlled fury as I shifted from... Yeah, we're gonna be Krynos. Krynos versus Krynos. I tasted blood. Yeah, I can see the sigil. Yeah, he's taller than me for some reason. Again, we can see the sigil on his skin. It glows blue. Andrzej took a single ground-shaking step forward before he abruptly disappeared. A roar sounded as he reappeared in front of me, whipping a clawed hand through the air. Without thinking, I instinctively dodged out of the way. Shit, I recognized his gift. Closing the gap. By skillfully skirting the umbra, he was able to cross distance in a blink of a blazing blue eye. He took another step forward before disappearing once more. I prepared to fight. Andrzej reappeared on my side and attempted to bite down on me, but my claws slashed into his flank. I let an earth-shattering roar and challenge. He instantly retaliated, slow whistling through the air. I twisted away, losing more health. Okay. Twisted away, but even in my Krynos form, he was too strong, too mad with power, as his gleaming silver claws rake across my side. I allowed an agonizing roar of pain. My wound, which should normally have already started to heal, remained flesh, blood streaming out of rivulets from the gashes. How many fucking gifts did he have? Recognized this one as Silver Claws, and felt the panic begin riding within me. Alexander and the other Garou leapt forward. While his arm was still moving, Alexander leapt forward, slicing him deep into Andrzej's flank. I close behind, eager for battle, darting past Andrzej's attack. I bit deep into his flesh, blood exploding in my mouth. This was my kill! Andrzej below furiously and lashed out, striking me heavily across the chest and sending me skidding back a few paces. Adrenaline roar in my ears, I furiously leapt back into the fray, ignoring the pain and the blood to deal blow after blow. Despite his newfound powers, Andrzej stood no chance against us all. For every blow he struck, we gave back tenfold. Chest heaving, his strikes became slower and slower. His white fur now matted with blood as the red in his eyes dimmed. Judgment! I dealt a powerful bloodied blow to his chest. Andrzej let out a muted roar before collapsing to the ground, panting heavily. The Sept would deal with him. Kneeling down, I dealt a powerful blow to the back of Andrzej's head as his body went still. The Sept could deal with him. The fight was over. So I only had 2 opportunities to use hair, and it was at the beginning of the game. And then Yarrow never came, because I was too prudent. Or it's because maybe it's my backup in case I didn't have the silver pendant, and I would use this path still. Path of Purgatory. The night ended as dawn rose over the ancient primeval forest. I had raced back, the scent of blood filling the air, flying across the marshland, heart racing. I had at least skidded to a halt. The bodies of the wolf fodder pack floated amidst the dark waters, our Garou standing nearby, savagely triumphant in their victory. We eventually found the refugees amidst the forest, and I tearfully reunited with Tariq, guiding them across the border. We had taken them to the cairn where the Sept have helped them find safety and the start of a new life in Poland. We had informed the other Garou of the events that had taken place. Eventually, Tariq had returned to Warsaw and Khadija's embrace. So yeah, this is the same ending as before. Andrzej has been brought before the Sept. Andrzej's brief reign of terror had ended. Decided that this time would undergo the rite of silver death, a punishment reserved for those who murder their own kind without provocation. Ilona recited the crime while he had silently watched the strength drain from Andrzej's body. One of the Garou had dealt the death blow, or Ilona did the death blow. No, Ilona should do it. Like, she's the pack leader. That's her responsibility. At last, she had stepped forward, dealing the death blow with a single strike of her clay. Every day, my Arano faded little by little. Arano Zero, we have done it! We had stopped Andrzej in his pack and returned safely to Warsaw. This time, I have not failed my family and my kin. Eventually, I was able to find a job within my field, while my weekends were split between helping out Victoria Apocalypsa and doing volunteer work for the refugees. For although my life has been settled to a bright, comforting paradise, hellish despair, and the ongoing purgatory of the border were never far from my mind. But I was a werewolf, a Garou. Rage burned bright as I vowed to protect humanity once more and destroy all who would harm them. The end. Save Tarek 100%, Alexander survived 100%, Andrej was captured 100%, save the refugees 100%, you survived 100%. So everybody who played that pat played smart, nobody died. Imagine, that could have been worse. Could not save Tarek, Alexander would have died, Andrej couldn't be dead. I don't know how this ending with the way it was like you probably are gonna have to make a lot of bad decisions to get a bad ending, I guess. So you have finished Purgatory. Come, gather beneath Luna's light, sit upon the heart of the cairn, listen to the story of Samira Ranmani, known amongst the Garu of Zohar of the Shadow Lords, Arun of the Arcane Links Pact. First in a battle and last one standing, a fearless fighter who vanquished her foes, she has fought and won against the despair that haunts the Garu. Samira chose to help Alexander uncover the dark secrets behind Andrej and the Wolf Fighter Pack. Pat's investigation into the supernatural murder of Emmerich the Glasswalker remain as yet unsolved. Samira's future is bright as she rejoined the Sept to battle both human and worm-infested foes alike. While the border crisis remains ongoing, she's determined to protect and save her fellow refugees, hoping for the day when her aid is no longer required. The border crisis between Poland and Belarus began in 2021 and remains ongoing to this day. The game was loosely inspired by those events. All characters and events depicted in this game are entirely fictitious. So is the game gonna crash this time? Nope. Progress save. Our pack, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Purgatory has been designed, developed, and published by Different Tales. Written by Rebecca Holmes.